I'm going to introduce a term some of y'all may have heard before. It may be the first time some of you are hearing this term. It's called paper genocide. Paper genocide. We're going to talk about that and a few other things. I got a surprise for those who stay to the end. Usually it's less than 10 minutes. Message genocide. Paper genocide is a message that has been going through with us, the indigenous people. For the mere fact that our classification as indigenous was taken away from us. Our identity was stripped from us. If you check the congressional records, you find that we are Moors, Moors. We had a treaty with the United States. Through paper genocide, we was reclassified as first American Indians, then Negro, colored, and black, and as recent as 2022, all the recognized tribes says you couldn't have a drop of black blood and be an American Indian. Ain't that something? So that's the paper genocide. We are people who are indigenous in great numbers. We haven't been destroyed. But the paperwork says we do not exist because they have reclassified us into terms that means nothing. Black is not a term to identify a people. We should stop accepting these terms, black, Negro, and colored. That's not who we are. By accepting those terms, you classify yourself as dead. You have paper genocide yourself. Yeah, I know James Brown says, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. But if you do the research on James Brown, you find that he was an Indian chief. He never said, I'm black and I'm proud. He paused in his song and let you say it, but he never said it. All the learned people know that black is a description that erases a people heritage and inheritance. There's no place called black land. If you go back in history, you're not going to find a term identifying yourself as black. That's how they erase you. That's how you've been genocide. And you have allowed these titles on yourself. Most of your leaders are responsible for misleading you. So don't believe me, do your own research. This is a conference back in the 1930s when they expelled all the black members from all the Indian councils because they wanted Indians to be of European origin. You see out there the paper genocide just? They wanted Indians to be only of European origin. Now, how can that be the fact? When European came here and colonized this country, how can they be Indians? How can they be indigenous people? One president said, and he knew something that most people don't know. He said, they don't look like Indians to me. So he must know what real Indians look like. And he said, they don't look like Indians to Indians. So what were he talking about? What was the coded message he was using? So if you calling yourself black these days, you are putting yourself in a bad position. Oh, newsflash, newsflash. You allowed to be picked up and put in a concentration camp if you're homeless. If you walk around looking crazy, getting in confrontation with people. There's a new law came out July 24th. To the discretion of the police. If you look suspicious or unstable, click, click. They got the executive order by the president now to detain you for treatment. Now, how do they get homeless? Paper genocide. Forced out of jobs, replaced by foreigners, unable to pay their rent. And now you're being picked up off the streets, put in concentration camp. Well, let's not say concentration camp. Let's say being detainment camps. You being put in detainment, but it is concentrated with people. I mean, what do you call prisons? It's a lot of people in those prisons. Are they concentrated together? Is that another name for prisons these days? So, people, you need to come together as a community. You forced to now to help each other, to look after each other, to be your brother's keeper, to be your sister's keeper, and not say, oh, that's their business. If you fail to do that, you're sentencing them to being incarcerated because they're not tolerating people on the street anymore, begging, living in cardboards. No, that is out. And I'm going to give a personal message to the vets out there. If you aren't wearing your veterans memorial, that can get you in trouble. You can be labeled as unstable. Yeah. You walk around with your Iraqi or Vietnam caps on. That is not safe because you can be labeled as unstable. So just be aware and go read this executive order. Go find it and read it. July 24th. Making homelessness illegal. You're breaking the law if you don't have nowhere to stay. If you can't receive treatment, if you have a drug addiction and you can't afford treatment, you're breaking the law. You will be given treatment. So there you have it. I'm going to post something in the description that have you do some research on me. If you want to know more about me, my personal self. When I was a contributing member of an organization, go and listen to the meeting, and I'm the first speaker in this meeting. Yeah, that's me. I'm asking questions about things I post on the internet as a member of this organization. That's me. So there you have it. And remember to stay in tune with the Creator and be right with all your might. You got to fight. You're fighting who? The lower nature of yourself. You got to fight it with all your might if you want to be right. Because that lower nature will take you out. So, with that, till next time, we'll talk with you later. This is the Moslem Ministry for those who are visiting for